Do you guys ever see those Instagram pages of drummers who are just awesome and simultaneously killing it on Instagram? I love drums. If you haven't been able to tell from every video on this channel, I am obsessed with drums. Now that's my friend Ben. He is murdering it on Instagram. Now, I personally am not an Instagram kind of guy. I like YouTube. I like watching video. I mean, here we are, right? So I jumped over to his YouTube channel. It's the same Nashville drum coach as his Instagram. He's only got a couple videos on his channel, but one of them is literally a video of him jamming with Steve Jordan. Come on. You know where I'm going with this. Smash like for Steve Jordan. Anyway, I've always been curious about the setups that these drummers use for their social media content and just sort of their layer in general. So Ben lives here in Nashville, and we are going to go check out his drum layer. Let's go. All right, so Ben's studio is down around back. I'm gonna knock on the door here.
We don't want any.
Hey, what's up,
What's
dude?
up, brother? Come
How
on in,
are
man.
you? Oh, wow. All right, so you have, it's kind of a veiled studio here, draped in curtains. This is awesome.
So the thing is we rent right now, right? And literally we're in an unfinished basement, so it's gravel everywhere, so it gets unbelievably dusty. So my wife was just like, let's just get 3 rando rugs and we'll just do that. So that's what we did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, it's definitely like a fun thing, and it's my own space where once I have everything closed off, I'm able to create without kind of feeling like I'm in a freaking basement. So.
Yeah.
So this little ring light right here, my wife's a makeup artist. She's very talented, and she got it to do some videos that she was doing, and I stole it because I like the way it makes my face look.
Yeah,
so
it looks beautiful.
When I do like Insta Live stuff, or when I do like one-on-one consultations, I use that. Here's my little mixer for when I do live stuff. So like the iRig, these are super hard to find right now because everyone's trying to get one, but it allows you to use your existing like interface into like Facebook or Instagram, which is
wow.
Yeah. So even Skype. I mean, so when I have like a Skype lesson or anything like that, I can use my mics and they can hear them with that. So it's killer. Notepad for making charts.
Got a music stand, and I don't. Over there,
dude,
taping the...
Dude, at the studio, I use just tape. Yeah. Extra stands. I need to buy some more. And then here is my newest acquisition. I like shelves. I'm a fan of shelves. So I have old heads. I'm the worst at changing heads. They sound good forever to me, so I just don't worry about that. All my cymbals, I have probably 7 or 8 rides, 9 or 10 crashes, 6 or 7 set of hi-hats. I like options. That just goes back to when I was a kid. My favorite drummers, I mean, obviously they had their sound, but they also were able to say like, okay, I'm playing a coffee shop, so maybe let's use some 10-inch splash hats, you know, stuff like that. Percussion, I'm a massive fan. I'm also an endorser for LP, and I've been collecting. This is actually 9 cowbells in here.
What?
Just in there. Yeah, I'm a stacker. Here's 10 or 12 sets of tambourines.
Oh man, that's where I really envy you, man.
Yeah, dude.
Variety on tambourines is crucial.
Oh, bro, actually, let me see if I can find this specific one. It belonged to my mom when she was a kid. Here it is. It's an old...
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Old Ludwig from the 50s.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's got that...
Oh,
it's got that sound to it, so...
That sounds like a Beach Boys record.
Dude, well, this is on Pet Sounds. And what's funny is those are actually like $200 now.
Yeah.
So if I'm ever in a pinch, there you go. Continuing to move on, I have cajon, a lot of extra sticks, another butt cushion for my cajon.
So wait, let me ask you a question. You got 2 cajons in there, and this is a cajon down here, right?
Yes.
So what are they all different sounds or different?
Yeah, they're completely different models. So that's a really, really small one. That's a slightly larger one. This is the So these are prototypes for what would become box kit cajones from LP.
Okay.
My buddy Josh Trask, my good friend Josh, was an inventor, and he invented the box kit. Now it's made by LP. So these are the original OGs.
Wow.
And then this is one of the LP Americanos that are amazing.
Yeah, that is smooth.
But yeah, oh dude, it's sick. I really like it. Lots and lots of sticks because I hate being caught without them. And then let's just start with the drums.
What do we got?
We got 6-inch LP micro snare, 10-inch Toka jingle snare, 10-inch Concept Maple PDP, 12-inch Concept Maple PDP. Both of these are actually the same model, but I finger painted this one with my son.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
That's why it looks like that, yeah. But this black wax model is actually unbelievable. I have 4 different snares in that series because they're amazing. And then, as you can...
a lot of different varieties of snares. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Smaller than your rack tom.
Yeah, well, so I got one big, massive white kit. My wife was like, this is before our second son was born. She was like, if you want to do it, you better freaking do it. So I hit up DW and I was like, I want like one of everything. So I ordered a really large performance series kit. So it's basically the same maple as the collectors, but without all like the extra like designs. So slightly smaller lugs. You can't get as many like custom options, but the drums sound unbelievable. So it's 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20-inch kick, 24-inch kick, and then this bad boy, Racha, is the this is the 12-inch diameter by 22-inch deep custom like Steve Jordan style. So his side kick is that thing. Up here is an old vintage Percussion Plus kit that I bought off Craigslist for $70.
What's it called?
Percussion Plus.
Percussion Plus. Okay. Is this the one you were telling me?
Oh wait, no, this isn't a Percussion Plus. This is the oh frick. Edit this part out. CB700.
Oh, okay.
My bad. Sorry. Good lord. Yeah. These were like budget level toms, budget level drums really, but like guys like Matt Chamberlain like love them.
Yeah.
And so a lot of studio guys have like scooped them up because they just sound really cool. $70 for the whole set. It cost me more to like rehead them than it did to buy the drums. LP Timbali, a bunch of big fat snare drum goodies from my friends at Big Fat Snare Drum. I love those guys. They're great. PDP 10-inch Timbali that I've had for freaking 10 years. Extra mics, extra XLR cables. I just expanded, so I have more pre's now. So now I have to go get more mics and stands and all that goodies. Oh, I skipped this kit. This is the OG PDP New Yorker kit. A 10-inch rack tom, 13-inch floor tom, 13-inch snare, 18-inch kick drum. It's sick. They just recently came out with a new one. It's a 16-inch. On my Insta stuff, I get more questions about this snare than any other drum I own. And it's so inexpensive you can't even buy it by itself.
Wow.
You have to buy the kit in order to get the snare, but this is the this is made it on several sample packs, several sessions, and they don't know it's super cheap. So
that's great.
Stick bag, extra pedals, extra felts, all that stuff. Of course, gaff because you gotta have it. I use these extra little tidbits for muffling, so I got an old bandana, Nelson Drum Shop, little tea towel, which is killer. This is my trash bucket, so here's a funny story. When my wife was pregnant with our oldest, I had been on tour with this guy named Christian Bush from Sugarland, and he decided to go back to doing full band shows, and I was only doing the acoustic stuff and singing background for him. Mm-hmm. And when he decided to do that, I was out of work, and my wife was about to give birth any day, so literally I had the choice to either try to find a job or improvise. So my improvising was selling extra gear and street performing.
Yep.
So go back 6 years or so and you could see me on 4th and Broadway.
Wow.
Right in front of Honky Tonk Central. I befriended the hot dog guy who gave me discounts on hot dogs and water.
Dang.
And yeah, bro, it was literally set up like this, kick snare, hi-hat, and that bucket. And I told myself I'd keep it.
Dude, that is awesome, man. What a great story.
Yeah. So, diaper fund. I thought it'd be really funny someday to like go back to that spot and like stick my boys in the bucket. Left to right, my good friend Ron Dennett, he makes unbelievably beautiful drums. I'm actually missing one because I used it on a session earlier at your house. But so from left to right, I have the 2-in aluminum, and I had him call it Spartacus because it looks, you know, like that. This is a prototype that he let me get off of him. He wasn't going to sell it because he wasn't in love with the finish, but I was. So,
yeah, no, it's awesome.
Oh, it's beautiful. Looks kind of like an old tailpipe or something. The George Way copper. This is the Elkhart model. The LP trash snare. This thing is so freaking cool. It's $100.
Wow.
I've used it quite a bit actually. This is the matching 6.5 by 14 snare that goes with my kit. This is a DIY snare that I bought from my buddy Andy from Drum Supply.
Okay.
Showing some love to the local Nashville guys.
Yeah.
It's their version of a Black Beauty, and it sounds really good. This one right here is the Spawn Trey Gray signature snare. Trey Gray is one of my favorite drummers, and he's a buddy of mine. And this snare, when he was with Spawn, the proceeds helped go to the Huntington's Disease Association because he has Huntington's, and so it helped raise money quite a bit.
That is the lugs on that are.
Oh, dude, you want to see it up close, man?
Yeah.
It's really sick. So originally, it actually came with matching, like I think they called it gunmetal gray.
Yep.
The rims actually match it, but I just put wood hoops on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sick.
Dude,
It sounds amazing, but like sentimental value is like off the charts for me. This was actually his personal drum. He used it live with Brooks and Dunn, and yeah. And finally, this is a PDP, also a black wax snare. This one was painted by my oldest son, Zion. And this was my club snare. I toured with it for several years, and it's, yeah, I mean, he's not the greatest painter, but it's pretty special to me.
Cool, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it. And so I put like a little crude gloss over it, and yeah, it's pretty special. So
That's amazing.
it also sounds
What a cool
killer.
thing.
Yeah. Well, you should have seen his face when I told him. I was like, "Can we finger paint?" He's like, "Really? One of your drums?" Yeah. So it was pretty special.
Oh man.
And then I put these little mufflers in there.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
That way I don't hear a lot of sympathetic buzz. This specific setup, I am filming a bunch of stuff for LP right now. And so this clip that I'm filming, like literally right after you leave, is with one of the LP snares. This is the Bonda snare, which sounds sick. But I'm showing 4 different sonic options by using LP products. So one of the first things I'm going to be doing is showing just the snare by itself. Then I'm going to show it with the jingle attachment, then the shaker attachment, then the snare attachment, and then finally just stacking a nice bell on top. So super inexpensive and sounds killer. So, and then
cool.
hi-hats, and then one of their LP ching rings, which is dope. So
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got the cajon down here.
yeah, so this is the Americano string cajon, and it is a freaking tank. I love this drum.
Wow.
So yeah, it's weird, man. It's like Westerners really don't.
Yeah.
They crap on like djembes and cajones, man. But dude, I had like a 4-month-long bus tour just playing cajon.
Yeah.
So it's brought me to Canada and Mexico.
Very
So.
much more portable, that's for sure.
Oh, most definitely.
Tell me a little bit about how you're recording this, because you make all these videos and you put them up on social media and Instagram, and you're gonna be doing some YouTube stuff. How are you tracking this stuff? What do you got going here?
Yeah. So I have I'm using Focusrite right now. I have a Focusrite 18i20.
Okay. Is that 3rd gen? That looks like
2nd gen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 2nd
Nice.
gen, 18i20, and then the Platinum Octopre. So it's not the newest one, it's the slightly older one, but it freaking, oof, it's killer. So I can, you know, I pretty much max out at 12 or 13 channels. I don't find a reason to
that's
need
great.
more.
Yeah, no.
But it's like, so for like a lot of the Instagram stuff, I use like 3 or 4 channels tops.
Yeah.
Just because it's not really needed, you know. MacBook Pro, running Logic on that, which, I mean, we talked about that. We both have used GarageBand in the past.
Yep.
That's how I started.
Yep,
And
me
then
too.
Logic Pro just was the next inevitable step.
Yeah.
So,
I love Logic.
oh, dude, it works great, you know.
All right, so what are your go-to mics? You've got a setup here.
Yes, yeah.
Break it down for me.
So, 57,
Yep.
shocker. It sounds good. I've used it as a hi-hat mic. I've used it as a snare mic. I even tried it on the cajon a couple times. I mean, it just sounds great. These are the MXL R40s, and that was because of a good buddy of mine, Tommy Harden's personal recommendation. Tommy Harden, for those of you who don't know, is one of like the busiest drummers in all of Nashville. He has an amazing home studio out west, and those are his like secret weapon room mics.
Wow.
And I was like, what mics are you using? It's got to be like $3,000 Earthworks, right? And he's like, nope, these cost like $150. And so I went online and they were on sale for $75, so I bought 2.
Is that a ribbon mic?
Yeah.
That's right. That Sam has one of those too, and he was saying like he said the same thing.
They're unbelievable.
Secret weapon, yeah.
So good. So yeah, I have 2 of them. So what I love doing when I'm just using like a setup like this is about 1 foot to 1.5 foot away from the snare. It just gets these really cool crunchy sounds. My overheads are 2 Rode NT5s. I got the other one packed away. But yeah, it sounds great. It's just, you know, I also like when I do like voiceover stuff.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
That's what I use. Kick mic is the Beta 52, which, I mean, you know,
Great.
That's a great freaking mic. And then the Solomon Low Freak is one of my newest acquisitions. That thing is
How do you like it?
dope. It sounds great, man. I mean, you know, Subkick was the first, I think, mass-produced one, the Yamaha.
Yep.
And Solomon came along, and it's like half, maybe even 1/3
Wow.
the cost of the Subkick, and it sounds unbelievable. Yeah, he called this the Stormtrooper finish.
That looks nice.
Oh, dude, it sounds great. I don't use it all the time, but when I need just to boost the lows, it's
A little
it's
extra?
killer. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You got it right on there too.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm still experimenting with like the Cajon style miking.
It's not touching.
No, it's not.
There's an air gap.
Yeah, there is a gap, so it's just gonna get some of that low rumble, and hopefully it can goose it up. When I have a regular kit, I'm using like I think the D2s on my toms.
Yep.
And a couple of like just like random mics. I have I'm blanking on what brand it is. Pencil condenser for the hi-hat. It might be even a CAD. I mean, it's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah.
And then I use an SM48, which is, you've never heard of it, I know. It's a vocal mic only, but it's supposed to be for like voiceover. It's the cheapest
dynamic.
Yeah, it's the cheapest mic that they make. Sounds amazing as like a junk mic or as a snare bottom mic. I've used it on the hi-hats as well. So yeah, none of my mics are really expensive.
That's awesome. Man.
And I've been very fortunate to
What a great, cool, minimalist setup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, your studio is unbelievable, and like you have like the monitors. It's like literally, this is it. I didn't mention this is just a flight case. I was just like, well,
Ready to go in a moment's time.
when we first moved into the place, I was worried about like the ceiling leaking.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Smart.
And I was like, oh, so I never keep my computer down here. The computer goes up with me, and the flight case just remains. It's just on an old bench that I think my wife found at the street.
Wow.
Somebody was just throwing it away. I was like, I'll take it.
Tray? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's freaking great. But yeah, that's my whole rig, man.
You use this and you can do drum overdubs and you do drum lessons.
Yeah.
And you've got a very popular Instagram.
Yeah, so I've had an Instagram for probably about 7 years now, and maybe about 2.5, 3 years ago is when I decided to get off Instagram for like 2 months. I took a break, kind of like palate cleanser, and when I decided to get back on, I decided to make it just about music and just keep it very straight ahead. You'll see the occasional like baby butt or something like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just music.
Yeah.
And so when I post, it's all just like content that either I think people will like or just I like, you know. But yeah, I mean, so I do a lot of stuff on social media. I'm beginning, because of you, to start doing stuff on YouTube.
Yes. Go to his channel and flood it with subscriptions so that he's motivated to put up videos.
Yeah, I viewed it as like I view it as a business, you know. So they can get to me on that. I have a Patreon thing for like specific lessons that I dig, and you can subscribe to that too, which is real cool. And it's all Nashville Drum Coach. Patreon, Nashville Drum Coach. YouTube, Nashville Drum Coach. Instagram, Nashville Drum Coach. It's funny, I've had so many of you guys message me about wanting to do stuff like this, especially since the quarantine hit. And I was kind of doing it beforehand, so it's just wild.
The lessons thing?
Everything.
Yeah,
I was doing all of it before the quarantine.
And now you got the whole thing, so that you can do it all right here in your basement.
I get people to send me tracks. I do a lot of acoustic stuff, actually. And then, you know, like I mentioned recently with like the LP thing, and if all goes well with another company that I'm not going to mention yet, but when that happens, hopefully it'll be soon.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been really fortunate to be able to do content. I just switched to Dream Symbols, and they've had me do content for them, which has been fantastic. They sound incredible, super affordable, record really well, and yeah.
That's great, man. Well, thank you so much for having me and showing me around, man. Subscribe, go follow Instagram, Nashville Drum Coach, YouTube. Go to his YouTube channel and subscribe. That's more to me. He might want you on Instagram. I want you on his YouTube channel, so that this guy jumps on the YouTube bandwagon, and I'm gonna start having you in all my videos. Cool, man.
Dude, thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
So that was Ben's spot. Ben is incredibly nice for having me over and showing me behind the scenes of how he does his thing. And wow, what a crazy setup he has. He and his wife are looking for a new house right now. So best of luck to you guys with that. Go follow Ben on everywhere, Instagram, but more importantly, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. I want to encourage this guy to start putting some cool stuff up on YouTube. Nashville Drum Coach. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, you are awesome. And I wanted to just personally thank you for checking out these videos and hanging out. And if you want to support the channel, best thing you can do is hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. It really just tells YouTube that you like the stuff, and then it therefore helps the channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.